ham, bacon, salami cause cancer. Not a conspiracy. Google it. Classified as a Group 1 carcinogen. But why is it still for sale? That's weird, right? I mean, the government and society is there to protect us. It's there to help us, and we have doctors, we have a medical system to make sure that we stay healthy, right? Let's examine. And if you don't have 5 minutes to go through this video, be my guest. It looks like your health you've got under control, and you can continue trusting everybody around you. Yeah, go ahead. As I said, as most people say, everything in moderation. You'll be fine. Everything in moderation, you'll be Gucci. But if you actually give a shit about your health, stay tuned. I'm going to drop some facts on you. Once you understand this, I don't think you'll be able to look at it in any other way. Society is built on capitalism. I love capitalism. It allows me to buy this phone. It allows me to communicate with you. It allows me to travel the world. It allows me to see places. It allows me to buy food to nourish my soul. It allows me to do so many things. It allows me to impact the world and get rewarded financially for it. Same as you have. However, there's a problem. When you've got a business, and let's say you're selling meat, right? Back in the day, they're selling meat. And they're selling meat, they're buying the meat, they're cutting up the meat, and then they're selling it, and they're making a certain amount of profit. Great. Now this person that's making the profit is thinking, it's been a couple of years, and the money's stayed the same. We're still cutting up our meat, we're still selling it, and we're still making the same amount of money. Now, the human condition is the reason why we have everything built around us is we're actually never happy with what we reach. Whatever we reach becomes normal, and then we want more. That's a great thing about us. That's why we've evolved so much. Not a bad thing. However, in business, when things are stable and profits are stable, what happens? Well, the company, the organism, the company, the CEO, and everybody in it wants more. But people are already buying the same amount of meat. So what do? Well, they're saying, you know what? There's bits of the meat that we don't use. Let's use that. So suddenly the quality of the meat has gone down. Then they're like, you know what? We're losing some of our product because we're not processing it enough. If we add these few couple of chemicals, it will last longer. And that means we don't lose product, which means we make more profit. They do that for a couple of years. Then they realize, hang on. There's this new chemical out, new way to process it, which allows us to fatten up the animal and get, guess what? More profit from the one animal. So they do that. Do you understand how that continues in a spiral? And it keeps going until the meat that you're buying, the deli meat, is processed, chemical, garbage. So much so that the government, the people responsible for our health, have analysed it and have labelled it officially as a Group 1 carcinogen. Yet, I can walk into some favourite American stores and find bacon in my sundae, in my ice cream, a bacon sundae. Would you like 6 or 20 bacon bits? Let's all just close our eyes because it tastes good. Do you know why it tastes good? Because the company isn't going to release something that doesn't taste good. They take that one piece of bacon and they treat it in 60 different ways. Then they get 1,000 people in a room and they get them to rate every piece of bacon, each one of those 60 pieces of bacon. And the one which people like most, the majority like most, They record and then they say, we're going to release this one. And then next year they take that one that was already selling really well, then they process it some more and see if they can get a better, more addictive piece of bacon or deli meat, and then they go again and go again and go again. But don't worry, that's okay. I know the diseases are coming, but that's all right. We have doctors, and guess what doctors and pharmacists do? They're also working on making better and better medication that cures that all and covers the symptom. But guess what that medication does? That causes some internal stuff that also isn't good. But don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. Don't worry. The pharmacists will make another medication for the medication that was there. So we'll fix the medication's problem with another medication. You're in this machine. Everybody's in this machine. If this is a news flash for you, I'm glad to be the flasher. I am the news flasher. This is a problem. So what do you do about it? What do you do about it? There's chemicals everywhere. The first thing you're going to do is be aware. Stop living under a rock. Stop putting your head in the sand. No, nothing exists. Everything in moderation. Stop listening to people's advice that is making you feel good. Oh, everything in moderation, it's fine. I eat healthy during the week. Stop doing that to yourself. Why do you hate yourself that much? Say, hey, you know what? I do have deli meats or I do have chemical stuff and I know it's bad for me. I don't always have it. Start with that. Firstly, in your speaking to yourself and to others, speak the truth. If you're not speaking fact and speaking caca nonsense called, oh, it's in moderation, it should be fucking fine, you're building that as a belief into your brain. And then at some point you forget the lie and actually believe your own lie. That's what we have in society now. Oh, a bit of bad food is fine as long as it's in moderation. What's fine with bad food? Bad food is bad food. There's a negative consequence to eating bad food. Is there not? There is. Okay, we've confirmed that. There is? Are you sure? If we're eating a bad food, is that worse than eating a good for us food? Yes? Good. We've got a nod. Good. So start there. When you're having bad food, and you know what it is, right? It's processed. If you look on the back and it's got a bunch of chemicals, today we're dealing with bacon. Don't worry. Stay here a while. I'll uncover the whole world for you, right? Because I had to go through this. Don't listen to me. Find your own truth. But I'm trying to say that it's time for you to get ownership over your life. Because the government, the medical system, they are businesses. Yes, they think of you first. However, profit and money drives the world and moves us forward. There's a reason why we can't be happy with our current car, or when we buy a new car and then eventually we want another car and we want another car, or we want a bigger house, we want more things. Business is the same way. Yeah, we have a good piece of bacon, but if we treat it more, if we put a bunch of crap in it, if we process the deli meat, we can actually make more deli meat, which will make more profits, which means I can buy the new Mercedes, yay, which means I can be a bigger person, yay, which means I can be the bigger CEO, yay. Yuck. Personally, yuck. You don't have to agree with it. That's fine. But understanding that it's a yuck system that doesn't have you in mind first is the first step. And next, you over time start making better decisions for your health. Go at your own pace. Don't just change everything. One thing at a time. Every couple of days, every week or so, make better choices. And every time you do, reward yourself. Say, hey, you know what? I've made a better choice for me, my life, my future. People talk about investing into your future. Invest into your future health. Otherwise, your health's going to deteriorate. By the time you've invested and you have all this money and you're ready to retire, you're not going to have the health to use any of that money. may as well just sit in a wheelchair and do nothing. Be responsible for your own health. Don't live under a rock. Don't put your head in the sand. You know I'm speaking facts. I'll see you in the next one.